This is my daughter's first bathing suit. And this is my 6-month sobriety chip, but I'm past that. But for some reason, this one hit me super, super hard. Like I lost my marbles for a good 5 minutes. I had to leave the room when I got it because I never ever thought that I could be where I'm at now. And life is not perfect. There are a lot of inconsistencies, but I get to be a sober parent, which was something that I promised I would be able to do, and I kept that promise to myself, so it makes me really happy. Thanks.
Maria recognizes, she gave it to me. This was from last spring semester, which is when I first took an acting class here. That was my first time doing any acting of any sorts. So going into it, I was very nervous and uncertain. And this was at the end of the semester when we voted on Best Actor and Best Actress. And I got Best Actress, which, not to give myself too much credit, was out of 8 girls, so it wasn't that competitive. But I was never the person that stood out in school or played a lot of sports. So this was kind of the first award I've gotten, and this was something I was very proud of because it's kind of a validation, wow, people voted for me and thought I had grown because I thought I improved so much throughout the semester and really learned a lot about myself. So this is kind of a token of what I accomplished, and so it means it invokes a lot of pride in me. So thank you.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, so I actually don't have mine with me. I usually keep it in my wallet. It's a little, like a dog collar thing, but just the tag. So my dog Coco, she died when she was 14. So the reason I don't have it is because my niece, she knows how to unzip things now. She's 15 months old, so she likes to take it out. I lost it one time, so I got really sad. So I put it away and I forgot I didn't have it. So, I had my dog Coco. She's a little Shih Tzu. I was 4 or 5 years old when I got her, and it was a really hard time, obviously. So my dad was abusive, like serial killer abusive. So my dog Coco, she was my protection, and yeah. So I grew up my whole life with her, and when I was a junior in high school, so 4.5 years ago, she passed away, and it was so hard for me. I didn't go to school for 2 months because I was just so upset, and I went through a really hard depression. And also my dancing, that's when I really started dancing, but ever since then, so it was a whole life thing, so I always keep her little tag.
I have my dog's collar, or license, or whatever it is. He died in June. Yeah, it was a bummer. He reminds me that life is short. Treat the ones you love and others good, or as best you can, because he did that. He's a good protective dog, though. He barked whenever someone came around the house, but he also was pretty loving to everyone. He'd bark at you, and then you'd be like, I like you. So, and it also reminds me to face my fears, and this class is one of those fears I'm facing, so that's what I got.
Sweet.
This is actually not a knife.
Okay.
It is. I mean, it looks like a knife, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, this is actually a Japanese gardening tool, and it's called a hori hori. And the reason I brought it up because it's a metaphor for living. Actually, gardening is a metaphor for living. With this tool, we'll call it a knife, you can create a furrow, dig a hole, plant your seeds. So we have many, many different aspects of our lives. So I have many different aspects of my life. And so when things start to grow, we can weed, we can cut off branches that we don't like, we can prune things out. Mm-hmm. So this is a very multi-purpose tool, and it's a very good tool for the metaphor of life in gardening. That's it. And it makes me look like a badass.
Whenever you're ready.
Bob McManus was a saxophone flute player in one of my first bands who died of leukemia. I was 17, he was 19. I was into welding metal, and I made this and also one with him playing sax, which I gave to his parents at the memorial. And they gave me this one back to keep as a memento to remind me of him. He was really a wonderful, wonderful player, but a great guy. We've been friends since 4th grade. It's been a long, long time. I think of Bob every time I see this. That's how he played, with one foot in the air. Hopefully that's how he's playing these days, somewhere else.
Yes. I'm Aaron, and this is just a really old rally monkey that I've had for ages, you know, and I mean, overall memories are very important to me and everything. Little mementos are all over my room, but this is probably one of the oldest, and it even still has the Anaheim Angels before they became the Los Angeles Angels, and it just, not to say, you know, everything's pretty good nowadays, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, when I look into those little scuffed eyes and whatnot, I mean, I can just see myself at an Angels game with my grandma, who used to give me all this Angels stuff, and my dad had like not gray hair, like I can literally visualize his goatee when I see this rally monkey, it's just about my childhood, and I haven't really thought about my childhood recently, you know, it's all about what I did last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, but, you know, like 17 years ago, 18 years ago, I don't really give that much thought, and so when I saw him today, really this morning, I was like, wow, like, that's very special to me. I've had this thing for ages, and it's just a memory of the good times, and that's my favorite. And yeah, that's it.
This is the seagull. I never really thought about where it came from and how long it's been around, but it's the only thing that I cannot imagine giving away or not having. It's rather unusual in that it depicts something that's flies and it's free, but it's very heavy. I believe it's bronze or brass, and it doesn't get dirty when you touch it. It actually gets cleaner, which is kind of unusual. And it's very beautifully made, and every time I look at it, I find something different about it, and I never even tried to look it up to see if I could find, you know, who made it. I don't want any name associated with it. It just is inspiring to me.
Okay.
So this is a little transformer guy that that I got a long time ago when I was a kid. So my entire family lives in the South, where I was born, and I used to go out there multiple times a year. And when I was a kid, my grandmother took my brother and I out to like the dollar store out there, and we got to pick out one thing, and we both got a transformer, and I got this one and he got this black truck, and we played with these all the time, and that was, I just loved like spending time with my brother out there because I didn't get to see him a lot, and playing with stuff like this was pretty much as early as I can remember. Like playing with stuff like this with my brother was what started the just the part of me that like loves to create like stories and create these personalities and be them and stuff like that. That's it.
I have a Bible. So for me, Bible means a lot. Why? Because I live in a very interesting interesting country where the people a long time didn't believe in God. So in 1917, when Lenin destroyed a lot of churches or make from churches beautiful churches warehouses, we had a new generation who just never believe in God. People go to war with name of Lenin or Stalin, but never say God. So people pray to Stalin, people pray to Lenin, to Communist Party, but not everybody, of course. So, but didn't talk about God in Bible. In 1960, if you would have a Bible, you can go to jail. So my generation was pretty much skeptic about atheism. My mom especially baptized me when I was 5 years old. I even remember this moment when we hide in the bushes so nobody see it. And she teach me how to believe in Bible and Christianity. We're really country of Christian Orthodox, which is really also very interesting because we don't really knew in other religions as Christian Orthodox. And when I came to United States, I saw lots of churches, religions. Now I'm so confused. It's just unbelievable what you believe, what you don't. But this Bible is very, very. I carry all the time with me, and whatever has happened with us, we're moving around. My husband was in the military, so I had lots of Bible, especially, and we don't even know where it is. But this Bible always with me, and I became Mormon in 22 years ago, and this is Bible who they give me. So maybe it's meaning something. I don't know. So I'll see.
When I was a very young Yorba, that's my last name, my father introduced me to a band called the Eagles.
Oh, good dad right there.
Yeah, very pleased at that reaction. And the first album I ever heard was Hotel California.
Oh, that's where mom got married. Mom and dad.
Exactly. And you know, I remember hearing the title track, Hotel California, is the first song on the album, and I remember hearing that for the first time and just like blew my mind. Like this song, you know, the song's not over. It's 3 minutes in. You know, I'm like, damn, there's 3 more minutes to go. Let's go. And you know, that was just from the first time I heard that song. You know, listened to the entire album. I just fell in love with the group. And thank my dad so much for introducing me to them, because after that day, you know, I played this album nonstop, like for a week, and like I started learning all the words and looking at the lyrics and really dissecting all the songs, and like I started to notice that these songs have a deeper meaning, and you know, I started to affiliate that with experiences later in my life, because briefly after I heard this for the first time, my parents told me that we were moving, and I was moving schools, and this is like elementary school time, so I was like, okay, well, let's think about, you know, my life. And I go to this new school, I'm listening to this on the CD player, and I remember hearing New Kid in Town, and like just going into this school, and I was like, yeah, things are gonna be okay, you know, I'll make new friends, you know, I'll make new experiences, and you know, as time passed, I listened to, you know, the other catalog of incredible catalog of work, and you know, I've gone through first breakups with this band, and like you know, just warming up for sports and stuff. You know, life in the fast lane gets me going every time. You know, and yeah, I think a day hasn't passed since I, you know, not listened to this band once a day. So yeah, that's